Hello everyone, this is the Exterminator with a message for the bugs. You can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram and Twitter. The link is in the description. And thank you.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Whoa! Hi everyone! It's your good pal, Comic Drawing Ryan. We're doing page 136 today of my graphic novel, my first graphic novel, Bonehead. Still working with a broken camera, that's fine. The camera isn't broken, but the part that screws onto the mount is. But I returned the first broken camera today, and maybe I'll be getting a new one soon. We'll see. It's been a busy day. That's why I just woke up and remembered I have to do a page still. No excuses. Wait, I just got a text from my friend out in California, out in San Francisco. She's asking me to keep a lookout for more Pokemon cards. My friend Mila. If I ever see these, let her know. P.S. Her mom is having surgery, so she's coming here in a week and a half. One of my dearest friends. I have a bunch of Pokemon cards saved for her because I found some that she was looking for. She's a Pokemon fiend. I did not think when I was in 4th grade and Pokemon was blowing up that there would still be Pokemon psychos like dang near 30 years later. Anyway, let's get to drawing. Oh look, it's our friend, Mr. Bonjango. I don't like this broken camera setup. How do I do it? I've done this 2 days in a row. I can't get the hang of it. Oh. Hold it. We're gonna get this show on the road. Right? That's upside down. Sucker. Wait. This used to be smoother. Wait. See, this is held together with rubber bands right now. I otherwise have no problem with the Logitech thing, with Logitech cameras, but they need to get their mount thing fixed because both cameras that I got from Logitech, the mount broke like right away. They're both brand new cameras, and I have to return both of them. Hi, Folkish. This is allegedly an art show. I gotta undo this wound up rubber band. Let's see if I can get this bound on here differently. So I want it this way. Eventually I'll get to drawing. Okay. It's like paper clipped and glued in place. Yikes. All MacGyver on it. Okay. So yeah, usually I'm not on this late. Or at least I'm not just starting this late. Welcome back, Volkish. I've had a few new people lately pop in, but I'm pretty sure I've seen you before. Earlier this week. I'm doing good. It's been a busy day. What did I do? I went to church this morning. Then I went to my parents' house. I returned that camera at Kohl's because they take Amazon returns. I went to the library and scanned some of my pages in. And even though, man, I'm like, so I had tried scanning some of my pages at the library near me and emailing them to myself, and it never sent me the email. So I went to this library by my parents' house and used their scanner, and I put that I wanted JPEGs, and I had brought a flash drive to put them onto, and the input for the flash drive didn't seem to be working. So I had them emailed to me again. But even though I had put JPEG like as an output thing, it emailed me a PDF, which I think I can make work. It's not ideal, but I think I can have the file converted to PDF or JPEGs. Do I even want JPEGs? I think that's fine. I don't know. But I want to start at least figuring out the process by which I color these pages. Where am I planning to publish? That's a good question. I am thinking about submitting it to, what are they called? Image Comics. Because I know they take submissions, but I haven't looked at the website in a bit. But yeah, they take submissions, and the thing that I've heard about them from people that have published frequently with Image is that they let you that you still own the rights to the property. They just retain the printing rights, but you can go on and like pitch it to Hollywood, the property to Hollywood if you need, or you could like print your own, or you can like make shirts and stuff, but they own the rights to publish the book, and they hold on to that for I think 20 years or something like that. So they always sounded appealing to me. So that's the first idea in my head. And if that doesn't work out, maybe I'll try and self-publish and do like a crowdfunding or something. But I don't want to do that so much because that sounds like a lot of do-it-yourself work that I don't know that I'll be fantastic at. But that's my backup plan. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go watch my animation again. Cool. Thank you. So, what else did I do today? I think that was kind of it. Oh, I re-watched my second lecture on in that justice course that I signed up for on Harvard's online site. They have a bunch of free courses that you can take. You can opt to pay for them and get the certificate and do all the graded quizzes and assignments and stuff as well. Or you can do the free one, and I'm just doing that right now. It's got like reminders on the side where you can always like upgrade it whenever you want, but if you so choose. But in the meantime, I'm just doing it to become a sharper gentleman. So I rewatched the second lecture. I did a quiz. And then I did the reading that followed that, which was so the second lecture, it talks a lot about this scenario, this real life scenario where these four men. This is 1884. These four men were lost at sea, and they were starving, and they ended up eating the youngest member, the cabin boy. They killed him and ate him, and like as their like last chance of survival, and then they were rescued a couple days later, and they alleged that they would have died if they didn't eat him. And they also say that he was. It's also said that he was the boy that they ate, the cabin boy, was sick from having drunk seawater, So these guys were like stranded at sea for like 20 days with nothing but 2 cans of turnips. They ate the can of turnips after a few days, and it was like a couple days later they'd caught a turtle, and with the second can of turnips, they made that last, I think, 3 more days, and then they were just continuing to starve. But the cabin boy, had drunk seawater and was sick, and he was an orphan, and he came on this trip thinking it would make him a man, but here he was, sick, possibly dying, and after 20 days of starving, the other men were like, he has no one to go home to. We all have families. He's clearly going to die at this point. It is better for him to die than us, who have families and lives back home waiting for us, that we have, families that we have to take care of. We should kill him, who is probably going to die anyway, and eat him to survive, in the hopes that we'll be rescued. And so yeah, the one guy sticks a penknife into his neck, and they kill him, and they eat his flesh and drink his blood for and I think 4 days they're after killing him, they're suddenly rescued by a passing ship, and then I think by the Queen, and then let's see. But right after they were rescued, they were put to trial and imprisoned for murder. And the question is, was it right that they were imprisoned for murder? Was that justice? And during the lecture, he's just asking everyone's opinions on the matter. Well, hey, Bucky. I'm talking about, I signed up for this justice course on Harvard's website because they've got all these courses for free that you can take. I'm talking about this case where these men stranded at sea, they killed and ate the cabin boy after 20 days of starving at sea, lost at sea, and then they were arrested. And then so the conclusion I came to was, well, even if the boy had consented, like, to, because they start talking a lot about consent during the lecture. And I'm saying that even if he consented, it would have been wrong to kill and eat this kid. Because I don't think consent makes for moral doesn't make actions moral. Right? I don't know. But what else? What am I trying to say? I lost my train of thought earlier when I was thinking about this, but I lose my train of thought pretty easily sometimes. There's something wrong with my brain. Look, here's where I punctured a hole in this page. With my the lid of my scanner. What's the deal with the guys at sea? What was my that? I was saying that they should have at least not murdered him. At the very least, not murdered him, because if he was the weakest of them all, on top of starving, they ought to have just let him die of his own natural course. Now, I don't think they should have eaten him anyway. I think consent, no consent, I think that would have, I think that was wrong. I don't know about, but I certainly think they shouldn't have, they first of all would not have been arrested, and I think subsequently put to death is what I think I read. But the main thing was that they had killed him. They had taken his life to spare their own. When he otherwise, I don't know, I forget. And I wasn't so sure before I read the case details as it actually transpired. I don't think I necessarily agreed that they should be imprisoned for what they did until, but I did think it was immoral to kill and eat him. But when I read the case, I pretty much agreed with how it went down. I was surprised to hear about the part of them being executed, which I'm not sure I read correctly, but if they were executed, I think that was a hair too far. But it brought me around to the fact that maybe they should have been imprisoned. I don't know. It's well, it's a justice course, and the point was to get you thinking about what you like the moral implications of these cases, and it's interesting. And I know even without signing up for the course, which is free, there's a bunch of other free ones. I think it's like Harvard X or something. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was saying it. I think it was immoral to kill them all along, but I wasn't so sure that they should be imprisoned for murdering him. Though I kind of came around on the fact that they should be imprisoned. If they were in fact executed about it, that seems a bit much to me. I think that those were pretty dire circumstances where I don't think they should have been executed. Imprisoned maybe, but yeah, I was on the fence about them being imprisoned for it, even though I thought from the get-go that it was immoral that they killed him and outright wrong, but that is true. Morality and legality are very different. So I'm just taking this course just to kind of get to thinking about it, getting to exercise my brain, and I like it. I did see these the first 5 lectures in the series. So in the course, there's 25 lectures, but I did see a couple of years ago when I first heard about the free courses, I looked into it a little bit, and I found the first 5. They have the first 5 of the lectures on justice posted to YouTube somewhere. So I've seen the first 5 before. But then I didn't get the reading along with it, and the reading material. So somewhere you can find out. The first lecture is about like the trolley car. The trolley car scenario where it's like you're driving a trolley car and the brakes go out. It's certain that you are going to kill 5 workers on the track if you can't stop it, and then you realize there's and this is just a hypothetical scenario, but then you realize there's a what do you call it? You can turn onto another track in which case you will kill one worker on the track, and they go into like all the moral conundrums associated with that, and it's pretty fascinating, because he'll kind of have the students like hash out what might be the moral thing to do in this scenario, and then he'll bring up another scenario and kind of turn those same ones that people generally agree on, or that's the same conclusions that people generally seem to agree on in the one scenario, and kind of make you rethink them in a different context. You're like, oh, well, maybe, I don't know, is that the right thing to do? So tonight, after I finish this page, I'm probably gonna try and get to the next lecture. I have a little more reading to do. I read a chapter of Flatland by Edwin A. Abbott. How do I keep a person loyal? Like a partner? Like a spouse? I don't know. You, how do I put it? Someone looking for just someone looking for something with you. Okay. Let me see. Well, maybe you have to demonstrate your value and embrace the value that they bring to the table. Loyal. Like, that's probably the wrong wording. like I'm kind of thinking, okay, I have this YouTube channel, Bucky, and you're pretty reliable for coming back. What brings you back? You know what I mean? And I don't know what brings me back here. I just mumble under my breath for like 2 hours at a time, and but I think I always say that I think that showing up as often. See, I almost didn't show up today because I fell asleep, took a nap, and then woke up kind of late. But I say that just keep showing up. Keep the fact that I keep showing up is shows, I don't know, like it's that me being as reliable as I can shows a kind of a value that people I assume would like, because I know when it comes to YouTube artists that I watch, like I value when they're you can count on them doing regular shows, and like there's always new content when I need it. You know what I mean? Mostly because you're a person to talk to, I'm slightly interested to see if Bonehead goes anywhere. Yeah. And for the most part, I'll be here. And like, and some people I think find value in seeing me work this stuff out, and sometimes people like to hear me explain how or why I'm doing what I'm doing. They want to know what tools you need to use to make comics, and I don't know, like that's the I'm not, like, I don't know if I quite know how to answer the question, but the best thing I can come up with off the top of my head, I think, is demonstrating some kind of value. Well, and I know I've heard other people say, like, kind of keep showing up. As long as you keep showing up, that's half the battle. To building an audience or something. I'm trying to think of what context they were using it in, but But yeah, I think there's something to that in regards to loyalty. I ordered a couple books. One that I've been meaning to order for a while, which was the Art of Goosebumps, which I'm really excited about. I was a huge Goosebumps book fan. In elementary school. I had every book in the original main series. And I met Tim Jacobus, the illustrator for the covers. I think he did like 95% of the covers. I think there were 2 that he didn't do. Stay Out of the Basement, which was one of my favorite covers, and some other one. I don't remember, but I'm sure there was at least one other one that he did not do. But Tim Jacobus, I met him a couple years ago, and I was telling him, I was like, "You were my first artistic influence in life." And he's like, "Yeah, I get that a lot." Or their introduction to horror was his artwork. Was what he said. So I'm excited that there's a book with his that kind of like talks a lot about that artwork and kind of puts it on display. So I've got that coming. I also ordered a book by a guy named J.P. Moreland. I think it might be his first book, but I'm not sure. Called Scaling the Secular City. I'm just obsessed with philosophy these days. That book came out the year I was born, 1987. What else? Oh, Lucky, by the way, you made it. The last 2 times I saw you, I was just ending the show. It's good to actually be able to talk to you. My brother Liam has been telling me for like 2 days that he wanted to record an episode of his show. And 2 days in a row, I took a nap and was worried that I had missed out. And I look at my texts and stuff, and he never got back to me anyway. Well, he did say that he had texted me today, but to tell me that today wasn't going to work. You have no idea how scared I was when you started that sentence. Well, Vucky, by the way, I'm dying. Well, Vucky, by the way, you're dying. Vucky, by the way, I hit your car. And I don't have insurance. And your children are dead. I don't think you have children. I canceled my Hulu subscription. So I'm trying to binge. It gave me like, I don't know if it had just, wait. If I was dying, you would be dying. That's correct. Because if no one watches, how can I exist? If no one watches a YouTuber, does he even exist? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I canceled my Hulu subscription. So, and I don't know if it must have just taken out of my account right before I canceled, because it gave me a whole month to continue watching. So I really got to cram in the end of the Wonder Years. And I think that was the main thing I was watching on there. Always Sunny. But I have most of that on DVD. What is that shitty meme? Alternatives to self-harm. Harm someone else. That's funny. I'm going to use that. There is somebody I would give that advice to. Jokingly, but oh man, so this morning at church, okay, first of all, about 2 years ago, when like right when COVID was starting, and it was like, it wasn't on my radar yet, even really. Like I'd heard about it, but as far as I knew, it was like SARS or H1N1. You know, like every other year you hear about some new thing. And then so I didn't really know, like I hadn't really, I'd barely heard about it yet. And I was at church, and it got to the point where the priest says, let us offer a sign of peace or whatever, and then everyone shakes hands with everyone around you. And I turned to this old lady who just kind of like looked down at my hand and kind of frowned and didn't extend her hand. And I was like, what the heck is that about? And then it was like the next couple of days I started, like, the kind of panic about COVID started kind of picking up, and like I was seeing people freaking out, and I was seeing the panic set in about it a lot more in the next couple of days. I was like, oh, that's why she wouldn't shake my hand in church the other day. Well, this morning, so ever since, so then it was like maybe a few weeks later, they stopped doing the handshaking at church. And ever since, over the next 2 years, that wasn't a thing anymore. People would just wave to each other. And this morning, I was at church, and the priest says, let us offer a sign of peace. And I go around waving to everybody. Peace be with you, peace be with you. And there's this old lady behind me. I don't think it was the same old lady. But she offers out her hand to shake it. It was the first time that's happened in 2 years. And it was like the polar opposite experience. I shook her hand, and it kind of took me aback at the time, but I was like happy to shake her hand. And then I was thinking about it as the mass went on. It just like I was just like overcome with joy just thinking about what a nice gesture that was. And it kind of undid how bad I felt when that other one happened 2 years earlier. I was like, why didn't you want to shake my hand? What was that about? What did I do? Like before I knew what the deal was, it was like, I don't know, it's just interesting. Yeah, normalcy. Yeah. It was a very nice little moment. And it was made all the more meaningful that it was like this old lady, I feel like. Like if it was another guy like me, it would have been less impactful. Let's see. Dang it. Yeah, my friend Mile is coming home. That's exciting. Wonder how long she'll be out here. No, I'm not trying to send it to her. I'll send Liam the link. He probably won't come in, but I always forget I want to send him the link on his own because he seems more likely to come in when I send him the link personally rather than to him and a bunch of other people in a group text. All these devil guards. Uh, oh, by the way, when I went to the library I scanned a few of my pages today. Oh wait, how do you handle guards in a story? I don't know. They're just kind of background characters in this story. There's like these, like, this guy Denton Crux. He has a bunch of these devil guards, I guess, that work at the poison factory. I don't know. And then there's a bunch of, not on this page, but this castle has a bunch of alien guards as well. And yeah, they're just kind of like just supplemental characters. They're not that tremendously important. Do you have something like that in the story that you're working on? Are you still working on that story? I think you were working on a story. They can't be fleshed out characters because their occupation ruins that, but making them all stormtroopers defeat. So that kind of removes a large portion of the humanity. Yeah. I don't think any of them in my story have any real individuality or anything. So yeah, I don't think there's much humanity to the ones in mine. Yeah, they're just kind of stormtroopers. Let's see. That is a good thought. At least not intentionally. Not intentionally what? I don't like this guy's face back here. Okay. Okay. There's that guy. And there's this other fella. These guys all have noses. Mort's a devil. Guy like these, he's the same species or whatever. He doesn't have a nose. What's up with that? What's up with that? Let's see. Give this guy a bit of thickness. Self-conscious demon. Oh wait, you can always make that a plot thread. The fact that Mort doesn't have a nose or pupils, for that matter. Well, this guy doesn't have pupils back here. Yeah, self-conscious demon. That sounds like an appealing idea. I like that. I think there's something to that. And being self-conscious about not having a nose seems just stupid enough to be really funny. Like, the more dramatic you make something stupid like that, it seems like it could be really funny. It reminds me of, I know I've talked about it on this channel before, Clone High. It was a cartoon on MTV back in the year 2000 and or 2001, and a lot of the comedy was that it would and that's getting a reboot, and I'm pretty excited about it. Little scared that they're gonna mess it up, but it's gonna serve as season 2. Yeah, you've seen it? Oh, isn't it the best? So a lot of the humor of it is just like making fun of those old, like, not soap operas, what do you call them? Like Party of Five, like those old, like, teen dramas from the 90s. There's a lot of I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. Well, like, I think it's episode 2, Gandhi, because it's all clones of dead famous people, this whole high school. And Gandhi's diagnosed with ADD. And he goes, ADD? Am I dying? Like, no, you have ADD. You also have ADHD. It's hyperactive cousin. Oh man, it would crack me up with the same jokes over and over and over again for like 10 years. And I haven't seen it in a while, but I have it on DVD. But I'm sure it would still crack me up all the same. Yeah, a little on the nose. I hear my roommate's cat meowing at me, even though I just fed her. What do you want from me? She wants treats. And I want to punt her through a wall. No, I'm just kidding. Let the record show. I'm just kidding. Let the record show that should the cat get punted through a wall, it must not have been me. What did it? My roommates are on a trip to Israel, and I'm cat sitting. The cat that always lives here, but but a cat that I usually am not the one taking care of. The first time I saw Clone High, me, my sister, and her friend were flipping through channels, and I'm like, nothing to watch on TV. And then we almost pass it up. We're like, wait a minute, is that a cartoon of Marilyn Manson? And we stop, and yeah, it's Marilyn Manson like wearing a cartoon of Marilyn Manson wearing overalls and singing about the food pyramid. And we were sold from that moment. There's an episode where everybody's smoking raisins as drugs. And if anyone likes Scrubs like I do, just about like a majority of the main cast of Scrubs all have cameos on that show. Though not Judy is. But Donald Faison in it a lot. He plays George Washington Carver, and he also plays Toots, who is this jazz musician, this blind jazz musician who is I think he's Joan of Arc's foster father. Pretty sure. Yeah. Now I may be blind, but even I can see the something or other. He says it like a dozen times in the series. Speaking of Donald Faison doing voice acting, I just saw that he was cast as Professor Utonium in a Powerpuff Girls reboot. Reboot. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess. Sure. Stupid cat. Shut up, cat. It's like almost 11 o'clock and this cat wants treats. when what it should want is to be quiet and leave me alone. And get out of my face. Yeah, why can't they just go back to their home planet and leave us alone? This is what happens when Egyptians spoil your species for hundreds of years. Hundreds? I don't know. I don't know anything about world history or cats or being a human being for that matter. Where am I? What year is it? Yeah, I'm gonna bring this hand lower. Furthermore, if I ever do anything to displease this cat, she goes right to the couch and starts shredding it, like spitefully. So she's probably doing that right now. Dang it. Now that I don't hear her meowing, I wouldn't be surprised. Then I'll finish this stream and I'll go give her treats, and she'll be like, "Oh, shredding the couch worked? Okay." Note to cat self: shred couch equals treats. Here's Bonehead with his diamond teeth. I want to get some diamond studded teeth. Then every meal I would eat like a king. So tomorrow night, I'm doing overnight shifts again for a week. Boo! I wish I was dead. No, that's not so. But let me see. I want to do. There we go. Let's tie. That used to be my knee-jerk reaction to everything going. Like anytime something was upsetting me at all, I wish I was dead. Just because it would seem to get a rise out of people sometimes. I just thought being that overly dramatic about stuff was kind of funny. Mm. Stupid brush. stupid craftsman blaming his stupid tools. Will that joke make it into the comic? The I wish I was dead. Maybe. The dialogue is all written, but it all needs to be rewritten. So I don't 100% know what any of the dialogue is. Exactly. So it's all subject to change. So maybe. I can think of a spot or two where I could work it in. Watch as you give the ghost the line. Yeah. His girlfriend, because she's so fed up with Bonehead, she just goes, "I wish I was dead." And he's like, "But you're a ghost." And she's like, "Yeah, not good enough." Oh, hey. What do you
What's
want?
up? Huh?
I said, "What do you want?"
I don't know. You sent the link.
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. I sent it like maybe an hour and a half ago, brother. Oh, what's up?
Not much. You sent it less than an hour ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
Well,
hanging out.
originally I sent it to everybody. You never respond to the one that I send to everybody. I notice. That's why I always send it to you separately later.
Oh yeah, I know I haven't been on in a while. Yeah. I just don't.
I would have done this show hours ago, but I fell asleep. I was
you
like
fell
working on the thumbnail for this video, and then I was like, I need a nap because I was like out of the house for like hours today, running errands.
And you're wearing a flannel shirt.
Yeah. I was like, how do you know that?
I'm like, and I'm in your room. Um, I guess Sunday really is the day of rest. You fell asleep. Mikey fell asleep.
Oh, that's why you couldn't get a hold of him?
Yeah, I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't get a hold of anyone. But well, you responded, and then I was on the phone with Rory for so long. Our cousin
Oh,
Rory. I
yeah.
say, I just.
What were you talking to him about?
Oh, just everything.
Oh,
Why am I so small? Or is that how you do it now?
I just figured I'd put you in the corner because to kind of keep the art
Yeah,
up.
that's a good thing actually. I didn't know if I had like the if I like turned the phone and so it did something weird or something.
Uh, well, what have you been up to? Have you made any music lately? Someone was
Um,
asking yesterday. Not let me sleep. What love was asking about you yesterday?
um, I've been working on a bunch of music lately because I had trouble with the laptop and became discouraged, but I'm gonna get back into it. I just have to use my TV monitor as a screen now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was something I was going to do today. Was bring my other computer in to have it looked at, so I could maybe work on videos on that instead of buying a whole new laptop. Because I have a perfectly good computer that just for some reason stopped. Like it was a brand new one that stopped booting up, and I spent a lot of money on that, so it should be fixable. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I have a new MacBook, but I don't use it yet for anything. I would have to basically whenever I'm whenever I feel inclined to put some money into buying plugins, then I can use FL Studio on there. But I have what I have on this old one and it can't be transferred over. We tried.
What? Sorry.
Saying we tried to transfer over the plugins and things from
Oh,
the old laptop to the new, but it's something about the files can't be really transferred, I guess. So I basically just have to buy new ones. So
um,
whenever I feel ready to, but I should still just work on music on this old one, and
plugins began.
I haven't I'm not gonna, I guess share it because I don't even. But like I just have an idea for like an album, and I wanna do it on the old laptop, finish it, and then just smash it and be done with it. No,
Yeah. Crash the
after
car. Crash the car. Drive it into the lake.
after I complete a finished project with this laptop, I'm gonna take it into the street and drive over, and then
No one can have it.
put it in a hot air balloon.
Cool.
What is that? Oh, or maybe strap it to a Goodyear blimp and just watch it go away. Nah, I'm just kidding.
You know what I haven't seen in 15 years? A Goodyear blimp. Is that still it? Does he still
That's
do
true.
that?
I probably felt like I last saw one, and it's probably sooner. But I feel like I have a memory of seeing it in 2008. I don't know why I feel like that. Probably more recent. Yeah, what happened to those things? All of a sudden, everyone gets an iPhone, but they can't find footage of a Goodyear blimp.
Can't find footage.
I don't know. It's like Bigfoot now. Every picture's always blurry of it. I'm like, yeah, that's not really a Goodyear blimp.
That's That's a Discount Tires.
What is Goodyear anyway?
Tires.
And they have a blimp
Yeah.
made of the same
Most
rubber.
famous blimp I know, next to the Hindenburg, and that. I mean, at least the Goodyear stays in the air.
I thought Apollo 11 was a good one. Blimp.
Good at. I don't know. I was thinking Apollo 13, the movie. I was going to say, good at being a problem for Tom Hanks, but that's different Apollo. Good at being a They Might Be Giants album. That's Apollo 18.
He said tires and blimps are both rubber. I was gonna say, do they use their tire rubber for the blimps? And they're just sort of showing it off that way. Like, look at this. Our rubber will make you fly into nearly space.
That's what she said.
I'm like, I just needed it to get me to my job. Where does rubber come from?
Rubber trees.
It's a rubber tree, yeah.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah.
Is it really?
Uh-huh.
There's rubber trees? There's
goes another rubber tree plant.
There's erasers growing out of it.
Oh, wait. I just noticed Bucky. Wait. He's commented a few things. Was that the last real Goodyear blimp? I don't know. New ones are technically semi-rigid airships. Tires and blimps are both rubber. Oh, is that what? Oh, you read that one.
Yeah, I mean, I read the other ones in my head, and then I read that one. Yeah.
Let me see something. Goodyear.
Why did we start talking about those? Did I just randomly say that? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna strap my laptop to it. Just never see it again, apparently. What are you doing?
I was just looking up the Goodyear blimp, seeing if anything ever happened to it.
It popped.
Nothing that. No, yeah, it popped.
It's there was only one.
Yeah.
Someone from Discount snuck in.
Yeah.
And popped it.
The Michelin Man. under the darkness of night. Sabotages it.
Stomped it out.
So the humanity.
He stomps it out, and it makes a huge popping sound, and he goes, more like bad year. Blimp.
It's like a plane, but weirder.
They go, you bastard. Now we need to do commercials.
Yeah.
They were so used to the old school advertising of just throwing something in the sky.
Yeah,
the entire world can see.
When I typed in Goodyear, it actually popped up with like a Goodyear near me, and it said closed. I was like, I haven't seen a Goodyear tires
ever. Not me. I maybe saw one in my lifetime, but I've mostly seen the blimps.
In Cary, Illinois.
was like, wherever the blimp floats over, there should at least be a store within a 15-mile radius. I'm like, oh yeah, Goodyear. That reminds me, I need new tires. And then let me just drive 25 miles to the. There's a discount tire go across the street. And they go, welcome to. You go there.
that ad came just in time.
And then you walk into there and they go, welcome to Goodyear, home of the Goodyear. Can I take your order?
One bunch of tires, please.
And then some guy starts singing about orange soda. And I'm just like, what is this? It seems a lot like Good Burger. I'm like, what's with the paper
I
hat?
assure you, it's a tire store, sir.
I started watching season 3 of Atlanta, but I never saw all of season 1, and I don't think I saw any of season 2.
I saw all of season 1. I saw at least most of season 2.
Do you like the show?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, the first 3 episodes are pretty.
But I
It's
haven't
like-
seen 3 at all.
It's heavy on like race this season so far. I don't know if the show is just always that.
I think it kind of always had a lot
Yeah,
of that.
I know it does. I mean, from what I saw from season 1, it always kind of revolved around that. But it's I like it.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, this is its 3rd season in like what, 8 years? Maybe not that long. No,
I think it started in
it's been
2016.
Yeah, it's been 6 years.
Yeah. I think he also said they're gonna do 4 seasons and that's it.
Sure.
He's like always talking about how things should end before they get bad.
Life.
Life should end before it gets bad. If there's a war that's gonna start, just turn off the power switch.
Yeah, beat him to it.
There's just a power switch somewhere that just turns everything off, and there's no light, no electricity, no gas. It's like, how does this thing control everything? There's no water. And everyone starts fighting down by the Cuyahoga River.
Sure. Is that a place?
Yeah, I don't remember where though.
Cuyahoga.
Yeah, I always loved that. Because we learned about
Never once heard of that.
the Cuyahoga River fire. We learned about in school at some point, and I just always loved that, the Cuyahoga River. Home of
The cool Auga. Honka honk.
I'm sorry we couldn't
Pretty-
make it.
pretty-
I'm sorry we
pretty
couldn't
funny
make
tragedy.
it today.
What's that?
I said I'm sorry we couldn't make it today.
What the? Oh,
Like
what?
make it over.
Psh, psh.
I don't-
Passed out.
I hate to reveal much about your life, but how long are you alone for?
No,
Ever?
Let's see.
No, I'm just kidding.
today's the 3rd. I think they come back on the 8th.
Oh, you still got like a week.
Yeah. What did you whisper? Did you whisper something?
No, but I did crack my ankle.
In half?
My left ankle, I can just move it and it'll just always crack. And it always hurts. It always has like a little bit of pain in it. Not
Yeah,
the crack doesn't always hurt. But like the ankle as I spin it around is always hurting. I did something to it.
that was always a thing with me too. Every time I rotate my ankle, it'll crack every time. I don't know about anymore, but when I was younger. So shut up.
I talked to Heather about doing a thumbnail for this upcoming one.
You're gonna make a thumbnail? Oh, she's
No,
gonna make it.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, I talked to her. I was like, look,
Like, I'm the artist now.
what you do just no longer financially make sense for us. Like, what?
Are you paying her?
No, but I probably should be. I told her that we should. And then she never named her price. And then she said it, and then she did name her price, and I said, that's too much. No, I'm just kidding.
You really think you're worth that?
I'm like, here's my checkbook. You write down what you think you deserve. And then she wrote it down. I said, Heather.
Aren't you the portrait of modesty?
I tore it up. I'm like, I go, I don't even think that Da Vinci was worth that, sister. I go, would you humble yourself?
Never said that. Just like,
Sorry.
get over yourself.
I look at the check and then look at her.
Pass.
I go,
Oh, you're good, but you're not that good.
I could do some neat stick figures if I have to, Heather. It's like she draws it. What am I talking about?
Were you originally making thumbnail art for it?
No, I was just using like a frame from the episode.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just like what it offers up. And then I one time did well, I didn't really. I just again picked a frame from it, which was the intro with our three heads, and then I added some words on top of it.
Right.
The Cuyahoga River fire.
Then what happened?
And then I tried to find my identity.
But it was lost to time.
And other things. Like take $5.
The dryer. Oh. I must have left it in my pockets when I did my laundry. It got shredded and
I popped open my wallet and that man don't even look like me.
I have like a birth certificate card, like with all my birth certificate information on it. And I used to carry it with me all the time for some reason when I was a teenager. Even though you don't really want to be carrying that everywhere with you because it's a surefire way to get your identity stolen if you lose it. But I accidentally would like put it through the wash, and so I still have it, and it's in decent shape, but it is a little like I don't know how, but it's survived. It's a little faded and smeared.
Your ID from when you're 16?
No, it's a little birth certificate card. It's paper,
Oh,
but it's got a little picture of me as a baby on it.
I have something called my social security card in my pocket all the time, and I
Yeah.
ran it through the wash, and it's just flaky. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, yeah,
I don't.
that's you don't want to carry around with you all the time either.
No, I don't.
I used to, and I've lost it. I lost it at Six Flags Great America, and then they called me and well, I brought it there and lost it there when I brought it for a job interview or something when I went to work there.
You went back and you're like,
Yeah, they called me. They're like, "You left your social security card here." It's like, oops.
you go, okay, I'll probably come get it like sometime next week. I'm really busy. No.
Let this say nothing about the type of employee I'm going to be.
They're just holding your identity in their hand.
It's like, thank you for not stealing.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yeah, that.
Huh?
I said, yeah, that. I was going to say, thank you for not stealing my identity.
Someone
And
says,
she's like, oh, I did.
Lucky says, how much hair is on the baby Ryan photo?
I don't know. I just saw it too. I think I have
Well, if you're
a bit of
baby, not much.
probably more hair than I have right now. No, I think I did have a lot of hair.
Thank you for your patronage. I was watching the episode of someone who has Twitter Blue, which I guess Twitter Blue is like you buy.
Oh, I saw you tweet something about that.
I may have liked it, right?
Sure.
And they're like, I got Twitter Blue, so I can so I guess they can upload like 10-minute videos. So they go, so here's an episode of SpongeBob, and it was wet painters.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good one.
And I basically watched it with Dad, but it cuts off before the ending because I'm guessing the episode's like 12 to 15 minutes probably.
Yeah.
And so that sucks because Dad was actually really enjoying it, and he's like, "Oh, where's the
Our
end?"
dad, who's a painter.
Huh?
Our dad, who's a painter.
Yeah. And then I sent it to Miguel, and I said, "This is us. This is a SpongeBob episode about us." I said, but he never responded.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't make time for the SpongeBob cartoon. Do they say that thank you for your patronage line?
No. I think I was watching someone's like YouTube video or something, and in the part where they were like showing their Patreon subscribers on screen, they had the SpongeBob voice say that, and I was like, "That's funny. Thank you for your patronage."
I don't know when he says that. Is that's
Yeah,
actually from SpongeBob though?
Yeah, it is. And I was like, that it sounded familiar where it's like, it wasn't just someone doing, because, well, obviously, who would just do an impression of SpongeBob just to say that? But, yeah, I don't remember what episode. I should run through that whole series, or at least the first couple
Real
seasons.
quick. And you better watch all of the new Patrick Star show just to be safe, just in case.
Was it the Open 15 Eye?
Have you seen that, Liam?
What?
Patrick Star
What?
show? The Patrick Star show?
No.
Me neither. I saw a clip of it and it didn't look very funny.
What is the Open? Wait, what is the Open 15 Eye? AI.
Oh, wait. Was it the Open? I don't know.
Well, I don't even remember what we were talking about, so it's hard to even know. When I talk about things, I like instantly forget what I was saying.
Oh, is he asking what YouTube thing you were watching that said that? Liam?
Oh, I don't know.
What did you did today?
Thank you for your patronage. I don't know what Open 15 AI is, but it was a SpongeBob voice, but I don't remember what video it was from. What did I do today?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like way off screen. I'm a dummy.
I woke up. I had I went up. What'd you say?
I said boring. Go on.
Yeah. Who said that? There's like that's what everyone's day always starts with. Someone said that.
This morning I had a piece of toast.
I had a cup of coffee, took my morning dews. Nah. But yeah, it wasn't. I just went and played basketball in the morning until it was afternoon, and then went home and it was on. I tried to get you guys to or I tried to see what was up with you guys, but it seemed like nothing. Like Mikey just couldn't do anything really today. And so and then I talked to Rory because I had some stuff I wanted to talk about. And then I was on the phone with him for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's an awfully long time.
Yeah.
Some people
wouldn't call it
even don't even use a phone for phone calls anymore. You're over here talking on one for what'd you say, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours 45 minutes.
Jimmy.
I think. What? That's a long time.
It's almost 3 hours.
Yeah,
that's almost as long as the new Batman movie.
It's funny because for what we were talking about, he was like, "Do you want to talk do you want to call?" He's like, "I have like 10 to 15 minutes if you want to call." And I said, "It sounds good, but I feel like with what we would talk about, it would turn into a multiple hour conversation." And he said, just call me or something. And then it did exactly that. Because I said, I don't know if I have time because I'm supposed to do stuff today. Yeah, he's a real good guy.
Yeah.
He could just talk to anyone.
Bad in bed, though. Our cousin.
But he could talk to pretty much anyone about anything and then make them feel better. I truly believe he could.
Yeah.
He's very thoughtful.
Yes,
But
he is.
he speaks kind of in like, uh, he speaks differently than most people would. He talks a lot of in metaphors, like, or he like talks in like concepts or something. I don't know how to explain it. Like he just,
Yeah.
but it helps you think about things more the way he talks. I can't really explain it that well. And yeah, I just really appreciated it.
You were like, thank you for your. Yes, I am a master of comedy.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you talking. Oh man. He's gonna give me this book on neurolinguistics. Like I know what that is. But it was interesting how he was explaining it. Sound like it could be good. It's nonfiction. I'm like, I think it's a Dave Pilkey book.
I hope it's got a lot of fliporama because I find it hard to get through a book without fliporama.
I forgot about that until you just said that. Oh my gosh, Fliporama. Those are really cool.
Yeah, I got Braden and Carson. I've gotten Captain Underpants books, and also I got Dogman for Carson, and he really liked that. I think it's just more of the same, really. But
It's odd because he can't read.
it's like especially Dogman is like in the style of the comic book art that the characters do in the Captain Underpants books. So it's like it's supposed to be like kid drawn comics, and that really appeals to them. And then it's got the fliporama stuff in it and little fun stuff like that. So I think it's like a good introduction to like wanting to read,
Yeah. Yeah.
And not only that, but Carson started making comics after I bought him that book. Well, he made a comic anyway, which was surprisingly good in a way. Like it didn't, like it read like clockwise, like it went left and then down and then right, like was the path of the comic. But and it was all about Luigi. But it was interesting to see that he told a visual story.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the clearest story, but there was definitely a story there. It was just
you're like there was also like a plot hole.
Yeah. I mean,
No.
I don't think Spielberg's going to be beating down his door anytime soon, but
It's like, but how did he get to the sandwich shop?
Better luck next time, Carson.
You put on these like small reading glasses to look at it. You go, yeah, that's great. You just put it to the side.
What else you got?
The duck comics. The duck comics from Community.
I don't remember. Oh yeah. By Buzz Hickey. What's that guy's name? Jonathan Banks.
What was I? Oh yeah, Carson said recently, and I know you've heard this before, but he said it again. I guess he said, "I want to be an artist like Ryan, like Uncle Ryan."
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That makes me happy. Yeah, I would have expected Braden to get into art, but I didn't see that coming with Carson, and he's really into drawing and stuff.
He's a good guy. He thinks too much. No, I'm just kidding. Talking about a 5-year-old.
Stupid kid. No, I'm just
kidding. Kid, one day you'll learn that life ain't about thinking.
It's about how many broads you can snatch up.
Now here, smoke this cigar.
If you think it's right.
And he did. He smoked it down to the...
He smoked every last cigarette in the carton.
until he had a
emphysema.
A piggy bank full of butts. Because he doesn't have an ashtray.
He saves him for the butt fairy. Because he's 5.
The butt fairy, which is commonly mistaken with the ass fairy. People think they do the same thing, but they don't.
Too.
This is a late night stream, but I probably should go. It's almost
Me too. This page is done.
Oh, he goes, huh?
He's thinking about giving it up to the bad guy. He's like, I don't want to. He goes, just effing do it. He's like, and now he's worried. And then he's like, I said do it. He's like, ah! So that's that. I would flip the camera around, but that's been tough these days. So I think I might just say goodbye this way.
I'll make you feel more comfortable.
It's like an even worse Blair Witch Project.
What did Michael Scott say? Is it there? I can't even
F you, Toby. What do you say?
He did some sort of for whatever the Scranton, the Electric City, but there was one before where it was like a Blair Witch Project knockoff. But I forget it just showed like one snippet from it, but I forget what he said.
I'm so scared. I think that's all it was.
Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Of like high cost paper finances or something.
Face way up on the screen.
Well, my neck is about to break.
It looks like you're just.
It looks like my head is coming out of the table.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It looks like you're just ahead. You find out this stream you're always drawing with your mouth.
hell? My neck, which I don't have. I'm only a head and an arm. All right. Well, thanks for coming on. I'll see you later.
All right.
Tomorrow night I go back to overnight shifts at my job for a week.
Oh, what the devil?
Correct.
So you're free in the day though, but you're probably asleep.
I probably will. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna sleep. I'll probably take a couple naps throughout the day or something for the first day. But yeah, if you're trying to do something, I'll try and make it happen.
Okay.
Just let me know.
Sounds good.
All right. Adios.
See you later.
Goodbye.